Oh, yep. Oh, I gotta get this plugged in.
Boy, was that beautiful. It opened up on the right side, and Jamal took it home. First touchdown of the night, 16th of the year, tying Barry Sanders' franchise record for most touchdowns rushing in a single season.
And he'd get one more and break Barry's record. Obviously, he needed one more scheduled game, but nonetheless, it's a Lions record. The telephone number, 248-539-9797. You were asking, John, who do I think is going to get basically pink slipped on Black Monday or a few days afterward? I think Cliff Kingsbury has to be gone.
Yeah.
That team is just horrific. And the other guy, I think, is Kevin Stefanski. I just think that, I don't know where his input was on the Watson situation, but we talked earlier about bad trades. That trade looks worse than even the Russell Wilson trade, if you think about it. Pretty close.
They were 3-3 with them. They did play better football. I mean, yesterday
He looked horrible for most of those games. I'll give him another, a full season before I say it.
I kind of feel like he deserves an opportunity to have a full year with Deshaun Watson. At the same time, Stoney, that's a classic, maybe upgrade. Like, if there's somebody out there that you just know is a better coach,
right,
you're willing to get him, or maybe they get Deshaun Payton.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on. There's going to be some other jobs that open up. If Dallas has an early exit, I expect McCarthy to be gone. I think you're right. Cliff Kingsbury is probably gone. I think there's a lot of question marks surrounding what they're doing in New Orleans with Dennis Allen. There's a chance that he's gone. Now, there's obviously that they don't necessarily have a quarterback that they've been relying upon.
Right, and then we also know that Jim Harbaugh is in the lobby for the Carolina job, so Steve Wilkes, he might be fired as well. And, he came in as an interim, did a pretty damn good job. I know the players love them. Whether it'll be enough to save them, I don't know. I heard that Frank Reich is going to be interviewing for that job.
Yeah. Obviously, Vegas, they might open up as well with Josh McDaniels. I don't know if they do or not. Is he another one and done?
Yeah, I don't think they will, because you've heard about, they're not poor, but
they didn't throw Carr under the bus just early enough to be able to save his job.
And they didn't want to pay another coach again. That's the other thing. You look at Houston. How many coaches are going to pay for it? They're still paying for Cully. They're going to pay for Lovey for a few more years.
Yeah.
And they're going to play whoever the new guy is. Is it going to be what, McCown? What, they flirted with him a little bit last year? Josh McCown?
That's right, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. That'll be interesting to see how that all pans out.
The guy's only coached, in high school?
Yeah, they're lucky as hell that coaches' salaries don't count against the salary cap.
Yeah, really. Let's go to Marty in Oakland Township here, 97.1 The Ticket.
Hey, good morning, guys.
Good morning.
What a great season. It's a new year, new look, new Lions. I have a plea for the Lions fans. I know I'm asking a lot. Can we stop blaming the refs? If we're going to be no longer the same old Lions, we as fans have responsibilities too, and I think we can stop with the refs. Yesterday, before the game, I saw Facebook, everybody letting up with the memes, and this morning as well, but let's just leave it out there that it felt good, that we played well, we didn't have to blame the refs, and if we're going to continue on with the new Lions,
and turn blink around with your brain.
Marty, I agree with you that a game that happened, 3,000 miles away or more, the officiating in that game, while poor, I don't think it was directly related to the Detroit Lions.
No.
Or even Green Bay.
I totally agree with you. Let's go to Greg in Royal Oak. Good morning, Greg.
Guys, to piggyback on that really quick, not that I'm complaining, but when Ramsey blasted Geno Lane got that foul towards the end of the fourth quarter, DK Metcalf headbutted him right in the head and poked him in the eyes. There was a ref standing right there, and you could see the ref grab for his flag, but it looked like he grabbed the blue beanbag and then didn't throw anything. Yeah, you guys are right. That had nothing to do with it. Your season shouldn't come down to a couple penalties in a game, across the coast. But what I wanted to call about was I called you guys earlier this year, and I had said that Goff was definitely serviceable enough to take this team where it needed to go. I thought he was pretty much, everyone thought Goff was a downgrade from Stafford. I pretty much thought it was a parallel move. if you look at what Goff did in LA and what Stafford did in Detroit, if you flip-flop them at any point in time, you're going to get the same results. When the Rams could protect the quarterback, Stafford did good. When the Rams could protect the quarterback, Goff did good. When the Lions are protecting the quarterback here, Goff looks pretty good. So the other thing that was definitely answered this season, besides Goff, is definitely the guy moving forward. Your coach is definitely Dan Campbell. For all the naysayers who've been calling all year long,
pulling it up right now.
This guy's an absolute stud. He's got the players' attention. He's got their fire. You definitely bring him back. He's definitely the man moving forward. And then my final point is pink slip. If I was Green Bay's GM, whatever that idiot defensive back was, who shoved our trainer and got a penalty, cut that dude today. That dude probably beats women. He's horrible.
Wow. And the linebacker, their first-round draft pick last year, Quay Walker.
Yeah. He's young. He's dumb. It was a dumb mistake.
Second time it's happened to him. He had an incident on the sidelines in the Buffalo game.
You've got to do something to get that under control, but not going to cut him.
No, I don't think so. But you know what else was a weird play? When was it Douglas who went and tried to steal the ball?
On the field goal?
Yeah.
I don't know what they were trying to. Chris Collinsworth was trying to explain what he saw, because he's obviously seeing the sidelines and everything going on, and there was a whistle, right? So it was supposed to be stopped.
Right.
And whenever there's a whistle and the snap, in the snapper's mind is initiated, right? You follow through with everything. You don't stop. They're always told, hey, snap, kick, hold, all that stuff. You go through with it. But then when when he walks in there and slaps the ball, I don't understand why he would do that. And that's not what got him the penalty.
No.
It was when Skip came in and stood up for, hey, you don't do that. All of a sudden he turns around and then pushes Skip.
Right.
That's what got him the penalty.
I know. This was crazy. 248-539-9797. Let's say hello to George on the ticket.
Hey, how you doing?
Good.
Good. Hey, I just with the Lovie Smith you were talking about before the last break, of whether he got fired because they won the game. I had read a report. I can't remember if it was ESPN or Fox, but it was around 12:30 that the reports were that he was going to be let go after the game, win or lose. So I'm Lovie Smith, and I know I'm going to be let go anyways. I'm going for that win. The heck with a #1 pick. I don't care. And then my brother was watching that game. He said they showed the owner of the Texans. He must have been at the game and did not look happy after they won and got that 2-point conversion.
Yeah. It's weird because I guess in the first game of the season, or second, whatever, when the Colts and the Texans played the first time, I believe Lovie was completely, criticized for being too conservative, and they settled for a tie.
Right.
And then on the last game of the season, he goes for the win. Well, they were even lucky to get in that situation to begin with. I mean, I was watching that here at home. For 4th and 12, they convert. Then a 4th and 20. A 4th and 20, the last play of the game. And they throw a Hail Mary. It wasn't as long as a Hail Mary, but just threw it up there. And the Indianapolis defensive back has his hands up, and it's like it goes right through his hands, right to the Texans receiver who catches the touchdown.
Yeah.
And then they go for the 2 and they win the game. And the Chicago Bears get the benefit. They'll have the #1 pick in the draft.
Mm-hmm.
So they can do a lot of things there. They can, select, Will Anderson, or they can select Jalen Carter, or they can protect the Arizona Cardinals and draft another quarterback, or they can trade down. Very, very interesting. 248-539-9797. Let's take one more call before the 9 o'clock hour. Tom, what's up?
Hey, good morning, guys.
Good morning.
So here's what I see with golf. I've gone to a few of the Lions games. I went to the Rams and Lions back in LA, and I first saw this with them. He is a really tall quarterback, and he holds onto the ball too long. He throws those ducks right into the ground, or he's throwing late to all the receivers, and the receivers are really making them look good. It's not like he's our quarterback. I think in the future he's just doing a good job to make us, progress right now.
There's some truth to that. He's I don't think anybody will say, man, Jared Goff's a great quarterback. But he's good.
Yeah, and I mean, for the most part, he does throw the short pass pretty good. Now, a lot of those throws last night were low, and I was watching that going, I don't like a quarterback that wears gloves, and I was attributing it to that. And who knows if that was the case or not. But I don't think he's going to necessarily argue that he throws a great deep ball. Now, that's not Jared Goff. But you know that about him.
Right.
7 years into his career, you understand that he's not going to be the guy that blows the top off of a defense.
Right.
You're going to have to manufacture those deep balls somehow, but he's not going to be the guy that consistently wins deep.
Right, because if you know that going in and you don't care, then why are you drafting Jameson Williams?
Right.
248-539-9797.
WXYT FM and WXYT HD1 Detroit. Always live on the free Odyssey app. Sports headlines. Live from the Jamie Samuelson studio. This is 97.1 The Ticket.
What a finish to the season for the Detroit Lions. A 20-16 victory over Aaron Rodgers and the Packers, an above 500 record for the first time since 2017. Coming back from a 1-6 start to the year, they swept Green Bay and went 5-1 against the NFC North. No playoffs. Seattle did knock them out before they took the field at Lambeau, but Dan Campbell said they were playing for respect, and they got it. Rookie Aiden Hutchinson, now no longer a rookie, 9.5 sacks on the season, and a win in Green Bay.
Future is bright. Future is very bright for the Lions, and I think this is just a glimpse, another glimpse. You know, we had a lot of glimpses this season of success, and obviously with the streak and everything that came with that, and I think this is another one. Winning in Lambeau is so crucial for Detroit, and we did that, so it's another step in the right direction.
Also, Jamal Williams eclipsing 1,000 yards rushing and breaks Barry Sanders' franchise record, 16 touchdowns in one season. He ends with 17 after 2 scores last night. The final playoff spots in the NFL were snagged by the Miami Dolphins and the Seahawks for the wild card weekend. Also, Lovie Smith fired by the Texans. That makes 4 openings now. And Michigan coach Jim Harbaugh reportedly will interview for the Broncos vacancy this week. And in the NBA, the 76ers blasting the Pistons at LCA 123-111. Philadelphia leading by 23 in the fourth quarter. At the Ticket Update Desk, I'm Chris Villar. For more, go to 97.1 The Ticket and Odyssey.com.
Live from the Jamie Samuelson studio, Stoney and Jansen on 97.1 The Ticket.
Thank you, Chris. 248-539-9797. Is the Lions getting love here? They're getting love nationally. We want to hear from you at 248-539-9797. And look, they finished 9-8. They won, 8 out of their last 10 games. Pretty damn impressive, right?
Yeah, it's a great run
Pretty
to
damn
end the
impressive.
season.
It's very difficult to do that in the National Football League. But yet they were 1 game short of making the playoffs. So when you sit back, and I know people are pretty damn happy today with what we see forward, and I agree, and what we saw last night, which was playing some damn good competitive football, and then, not having the typical, the season's over after, after Seattle wins that game. What ticks you off the most about this season? Was there one game where you sit there and say, woulda, coulda, shoulda, that's the game that kept us from the playoffs?
You could make an argument for a lot of these games. A good, valid argument for a lot of their 8 losses. The one that I look back on is the Carolina game. And you lose to the Buffalo Bills, which most people had predicted and called that they would lose that game on Thanksgiving Day. Not necessarily expecting the Lions to even play as well as they did. Then you win 3 in a row. And the conversation was, hey, to get into the playoffs, you're going to have to win 9 of 10. And the Carolina game was the one I looked at and I thought, of the final 3, even of the final 4, the Jets, I think everybody thought that was going to be the tougher road game. But then you go and you lay an absolute egg. And I'm talking about every phase of the game, but especially defensively, where the defense was playing good. Nobody's called them a great defense, but they were playing much better in the second half of the season than they were at the beginning of the season. I never expected them to play against anybody this year, but especially at that point of the season, and give up 320 yards on the ground and be absolutely manhandled and dominated. And then on the flip side, on the offense, I thought that they would be able to run the football. Carolina's not a bad defense.
No.
But I thought with the offensive line that they have, and people keep talking about, and we've talked about, I've talked about, not just top 5, but top 3. And if you listen to Chris Collinsworth last night, he was talking about them possibly being the best offensive line in the NFL. I'm not going to go that far, but to only be able to rush the ball for 45 yards against Carolina, that's the one to me that really aggravates me about the Lions not making the playoffs.
Yeah, mine is probably the obvious one. It would be Minnesota, because you had a 10-point lead, and some coaching decisions obviously contributed to that loss. And that's the one saying, well, how did we get there? You know, that to me is obvious. But actually, if you go back and think about it, and you look about how these standings ended up, they, won the first. They lost the first game to Philly. They beat Washington, and they're 1-1. Then the Minnesota, they 1-2. So they come home for Seattle, and you think this is going to be, you're going to get well.
Yeah.
And they didn't. Seahawks did not punt. That to me, not a play, but a game where you scored a hell of a lot of points, but your defense was just so pathetic. You had a pick 6 involved. That's the game, and it ends up costing the most because of who they lost to.
But I feel like that one, and I couple that with the Eagles, I agree with you. All these are great candidates. The Carolina one doesn't frustrate me because
it happens.
I always held firm to the fact that I didn't think they could win 9 out of 10.
Right.
Or what,
Yeah, but
I just think that's so hard to do in this league.
The frustrating part for me in that one is I never expected a Dan Campbell team. Yeah, you can go out and lay an egg and not play well. You can turn the ball over, do those different things. I never expected them to go out there and get physically dominated.
I chalked that up a little bit, though, to it's one of the processes you have to go through with a young team that's learning how to deal with success. That you see that happen a lot in this league. I was frustrated, too. Don't get me wrong. Again, all debatable. Seattle was like Philly for me. You never possessed the ball in the fourth quarter with a chance to win.
Right.
And that's I go back, and I think Minnesota's certainly obvious, but for me it was Miami at home. You led 27-17 at halftime, and you did not score in the second half against a team that I think has a medium defense, middle of the road defense. Your offense was way better at home all season long. There was really no catastrophic turnover in that game like there had been. That's what I mean. Dan Campbell singled out Goff a little bit after the pick 6 against Seattle. Our quarterback can't do this, and he cleaned it up and stuff. But it was that Miami game. For me, I don't understand what happened in that second half. It's like they just didn't kind of show up.
Maybe they got too comfortable. We have no idea. But you're right. Look, you can go through every loss and say the same thing. Like the Dallas game. If Jamal Williams doesn't fumble that ball, they have a really good chance of beating the Cowboys.
Yeah. You know what? And with my selection, the Miami game, that's what got Pleasant fired.
Yes, true. No doubt. Let's go to Dave in Auburn Hills here, 97 The Ticket.
Hey, guys. How are you?
Good.
Just wanted to see if you guys, J-Mo was wide open for a flag. He wasn't quite wide open, but if Tom would have gotten the ball rather than, I think, dumping down to Monbron, I think we would have had another possible touchdown. Did anybody see that?
Yes.
Yeah.
A little frustration. He's got a little diva in him.
All right, let's see where we're going to
The only reason
go.
I want to see a quarterback develop, I want to see Dom get one more year, but I'd love to have somebody come up and be a
Let's see what we're doing first.
Thanks, guys.
Look,
Thanks,
I wouldn't completely object to that. I don't know when you would draft that quarterback. I don't know if I definitely wouldn't take.
Not in the first round.
Well, definitely not the first pick.
No, not at 6.
No. 248-539-9797. You have to get
See
him
where
sometime.
we're starting
you
at
have
first.
to get your quarterback in the future eventually.
Eventually, yeah.
You're supposed to pick. I was.
Justin in Clinton Township, good morning.
Morning. Thanks for taking my call, guys. Love the show. Love what you guys do.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yep. So you talking about the one game they got away. I don't know if we all got short-term memory. I know it's a completely different team, but that first week of the year against Philly, lost by 3. And then that team, you look at them now, they're arguably the best in the NFL. They're projected to win the Super Bowl. This is just the one that got away. And hopefully we can correct that next season. But that's the one that sticks with me.
Justin, I can agree, except for the fact that when you look at the Philadelphia Eagles, and you look at the talent they have on both sides of the ball, do you think they are a better team or a worse team than the Detroit Lions?
Better, without a doubt. Without a doubt, better.
And so that's where I go.
Let's
and
see
I'm
where
not,
we're starting
everybody
at.
can have their opinion. There's no wrong answer on this one, but that's where I go. Hey, Vikings. All right, I think the Lions have a better team than the Vikings. The Seahawks, same thing. I think the Lions have a better team. And then Carolina. Like, there's 3 wins right there where I think the Lions had a better team, but then didn't win the game.
Right, yeah, absolutely. But, yeah, thanks for taking my call, you guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, Justin.
John, I want to ask you a question.
Okay.
You might have seen this. On Twitter, and I assume he's listening, some guy named Justin Matthews says, Stoney, you actually believe Harbaugh reached out to the Panthers? They still have a coach. They have to spin it so they can't get in trouble. Get your boy John Jansen on that. So I said, yes, I do believe that Harbaugh reached out. Okay? Then his response to me just saying, yes. Keep pushing Sparty radio narrative then. The Panthers can't admit they reached out to him when they have a coach. Convenient you want to take that side. The Panthers aren't stupid. What are you going to say when he ends up back in Ann Arbor? Oh, he wasn't offered? You'll believe anything.
Yes, that's what I do. I do Sparty radio.
Yeah, me too.
We come for a full
John,
circle.
you believe that Harbaugh or his representatives reached out to the Carolina Panthers, correct?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. That's John Jansen, Michigan alum, member of the Michigan Radio Network. Okay. So don't give me that Sparty radio crap. Jeez. I'll do Sparty radio.
Mad?
Because I just
Why do you, on Twitter, like, why do you respond so often?
I like to respond.
Do you enjoy it? Because it sounds like you don't right now.
That's my point.
No, I enjoy responding. Like he said, I just respond yes. Okay? But then when he responds back to me...
This is why... I mean, as soon as you... What do you expect him to do? Yeah, he's going to come back at you.
That's fine.
He thinks he now has a conversation.
Yeah, Pierce.
No. When I get defensive like this, well, I don't mind when people disagree with me or call me names or stuff like that. But when they are so wrong factually about how I feel about something, that pisses me off. Because you don't know me.
Okay, well, I think everybody else.
Up right now.
Yeah. Everybody else realizes that, this is not the time frame during the course of a day where we do Sparty radio. And if somebody reads that about you, or certainly about me,
right?
Like, I would like to think that I'm unbiased and fair. I'm also not naive enough to know that I have my unconscious biases.
Yes.
But, like, this is so blatantly wrong.
I know.
Like, I don't know why it even gets you upset.
I know,
You look at
that's
that and
the
you go, okay, whatever.
Just do something absurd at Stoney and you'll get a response. That's what I was telling everybody else.
That's the whole point.
By the way, was there, Michigan's rim was a little bit smaller, wasn't it? Or was there dew on the court? Breslin on Saturday?
Yeah, the Spartans played with that extra basketball. They knew exactly
Well, they had the women's ball, like that's smaller.
Yeah.
It goes in a hoop.
Yeah.
The 15, that's what led to the 15% three-point percentage.
Gosh, that was just
15%.
That was just an awful freaking game. All right, 248-539-9797.
Hey, you want to get away, relax, and just simply have a good time? Get to the D Las Vegas for everything you need. The D is taking all the necessary precautions to make sure you're staying safe and you can enjoy all the comforts of a high-end Las Vegas hotel without missing out on any of the high gaming energy and nightlife that you want. And remember, if you want a great steak, let me tell you, they got a great one there at Andiamo Steakhouse. It's the best one in Vegas. If you want something a bit more casual, you got two options. The D Grill's right there. American Coney Island's right there. Who wouldn't want a Coney dog and some fries as you're walking down Fremont Street at the D Las Vegas? The staff can chit you up with a round of golf, and you can party all night at the Long Bar. So get a group together and get to the D Las Vegas. Book a room at thed.com. That's thed.com. Or if you're staying on the Strip, make sure you put the D Las Vegas in downtown Vegas on your agenda. The D Las Vegas, your home for Detroit sports in Vegas.
1-877 Cars for Kids. K-A-R-S Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
With Cars car prices at an all-time high, our donors are now getting highest receipts ever. Donate at carsforkids.org, and your car can be picked up tomorrow.
1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
My husband and I live next door to a haunted graveyard. It's a little creepy, but we manage. Just like we manage without home internet. Do I wish my mobile hotspot was faster? Yes, but I make it work. Kinda. Just like we make it work sleeping next to a 17th century burial ground.
Honey, can you move your hand?
That's not my hand.
It's mine.
Not having home internet? It's not that bad. Grab my hand.
Wait, okay.
Now up the stairs. We tried that last time. Remember, you can literally run through him.
Don't settle. Switch to Xfinity and get one line of unlimited mobile and home internet together for $50 a month for 12 months. Go to Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit your local Xfinity store today. Restrictions apply. Requires new Connect internet service with 1-year contract. Auto pay and paperless billing with stored bank account. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra. Reduced speeds after 20 gigabytes of data usage. Offer ends 3/21/23.
Let Savvy Sliders cater your next event with Savvy Holiday Party Packs. And enjoy your choice of 24 gourmet sliders or 36-piece hand-breaded chicken fingers for only $59.99. Click on SavvySliders.com to find a location near you and register to win your own party pack.
Bonus days are back for pros at Lowe's. You earn points and save when you buy the top pro brands you trust, like DeWalt. Right now, you can save $100 on the powerful DeWalt 8 1/4-inch carbide tipped portable table saw. Was $3.99, now just $2.99. Join today and shop bonus days, only at Lowe's. Bonus points calculated before taxes and fees after applicable discounts, if any. Valid through 1/20, subject to change while supplies last. Visit Lowes.com/MVPs bonus points for details.
For the ones finding new ways to ensure the job always gets done. For the ones wearing many hats. For the ones who are hands-on, even from far away. And the ones keeping business moving forward. We are Grainger, offering professional-grade industrial supplies, plus real-time product availability and access to experts ready to answer your toughest questions. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger.
We were, but too late.
Meet Joe A, hi. Joe B, hello, and Joe C.
What's up?
3 everyday Joes perfecting their banking with Chase. Joe A is logging his lost debit card with the Chase mobile app. Joe B is cruising toward his new ride with AutoSave. And Joe C's Chase banker is helping him budget to go back to school. Tools that help protect, support for what's next. One bank that puts you in control.
Definitely need to drive it this weekend.
Chase, make more of what's yours.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Messaging and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
Hey guys, this is Keenan Thompson. I have a problem with you. Yes, you. None of y'all told me that AutoTrader has millions of new and used cars that I can shop from home. I thought we were friends. I put smiles on your face, but I'm not smiling. No one told me that with AutoTrader, a dealer can deliver cars to my home, or that I could shop by price on AutoTrader. No one. Consider this friendship that you just learned we had officially over. Finally, it's easy. AutoTrader.
Hey, it's TJ here for Zott Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and DealsInTheD.com. When it's time to get a new car, go see my friends Jeff Schneider, the general manager, and Thad Zott, the owner, and see for yourself why Zott has the best Google ratings in the D. The Start Something New sales event is going on now at all 3 Zott locations. That's Highland, White Lake, and New Hudson. Zott has over 100 new brands to choose from, including brand new 2022s. You can even lease a new 2022 Ram for only $299 a month. Only at Zott Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and DealsInTheD.com. Get there!
97.1 The Ticket. Traffic.
From the WWJ 950 AM Traffic Center, this report sponsored by
Let's see
Mika,
what the first job we're gonna
Local
go to.
58 in Romulus, 275 northbound,
Birmingham.
right under the I-94 overpass. The semi laying on
Yeah,
its
you
right
should.
side, blocking the right lane.
This is where it
Starts
is.
to really slow down there after Eureka. Crash
You're
here, right
confused.
shoulder block, 94 eastbound at I-75. 75 southbound at Pennsylvania. Only the right lane open with construction through Friday. Afternoon traffic is going to be heavier from before North Line Road, so be advised. In Ann Arbor, Warren, east and westbound at US 23, a single lane closure that's running through 4 p.m. Put the expertise and skill of Nika signatory contractors and IBEW electricians to work on your commercial, public, industrial, or residential construction project. Productivity and innovation matter. Learn more at poweringmichigansfuture.com. I'm Tracy McCaskill with the traffic.
Station where your opinion matters.
97.1 The Ticket.
from the Jamie Samuelson studio, here's Stoney and Jansen.
248-539-9797 is the telephone number. Detroit Lions. Everybody's talking about the Lions. Also talking about that Aaron Rodgers will not be in the playoffs, and it might have been his last game as a Packer, might have been his last game as an NFL player, and it might have been just his last game of the season. We'll find out in the months. 248-539-9797. Todd, you're on 97.1 The Ticket.
Hey guys, just wanted to say, very happy about what's going on with the Lions this season, and the off season is going to be one of the most exciting ones. But the thing I wanted to bring out is after the J-Mo touchdown, when they called it back, a couple plays later, the cameras cut away for a second, and J-Mo was walking away from the team on the sideline, and a coach seemed to be calling him back. And then a couple plays after that, it was in on a run play, and he just stood there kind of after they hiked the ball and didn't bother blocking or anything. And it looked like Swift almost just like ran into him, and I don't know, did anybody else see that? Did you see it? He seemed extremely frustrated on the sideline, and then he brought that onto the field.
I saw that he was frustrated with the previous caller mentioned where there was a play where he appeared to be wide open and Goff threw a short pass to, I believe, St. Brown instead. I didn't see the other stuff that you're talking about.
Okay. All right. Well, then, anyways, I love the Lions. That's all I got to say.
That's okay. It's good. I'm not saying it didn't happen. I just didn't see that. 248-539-9797. Let's say good morning to Rob in Brighton. You're on 97.1 The Ticket.
Party regularly.
What's up, Slick? What's going on?
Hey, what's going on, man?
Oh, just heading to Birmingham to start this list.
Oh, the audits?
Yeah.
Okay, there's a pull hole job that Kyle needs scouted. I'm going to send it to you. Do you need it? Is it urgent? You need it right away? Just today. Okay, just today sometime? Okay, that's a pull hold. I think it's in Grosse Pointe area.
All right.
So he's going to give me that, and then I'll shoot you a text with the address. Yeah, just kind of, once you make your way down to Detroit, probably hit that, and then just keep going on the audit list, the ADAs.
All righty.
How was your weekend?
It was pretty good. Would have been better if the Lions made the playoffs, but it was fun.
Yeah.
Seeing that look on Rodgers' face.
Oh, it was worth it. Yeah. I think he might be done, honestly.
I think so too.
So, but yeah, Kyle just needs a couple of pictures of this pull hold. So.
All right.
I got Manny and Dylan cleaning up the yard right now, and Andrew's going to do like 9 vendor walks with Rico for the stuff we're going to start tomorrow. But these guys should be out there in a few hours.
Okay, sounds good.
They can start up with that ADA audit list as well, and then one of them I'll probably send to start with before pictures.
And who missed all these audits?
I don't know. I looked through them. One of them was me. I think like the one on Burlingame, but I don't know if it was. I might have gotten a call and just had to bounce real quick because I know I audited the job, but.
Gotcha.
I don't know. So,
all right.
Honestly, I figured there'd be more just because sometimes rain days and stuff, we just really can't audit fill out that form. So.
Yep, that's possible.
But, all right, I'll text you this pull hold.
All right, sounds good.
All right, man. Yeah, and then just shoot me a text back whenever that gets done.
Okay.
All right, thanks, man.
Yep. Bye.
Later.
Looks like we're getting pulled off of the ADA audits.
No, we're still doing the ADA audits. Well, we got to do that.
Pull holds.
Yeah.
Yeah, do your job. You can taunt, do whatever you want after the play. And I've told the story about Dion before. When Dion played, for us in Washington, he was doing the hype up the crowd. He was back to return a punt.
I forgot my
he's doing the
chapstick.
WWF right back there, and just pumping everybody up. And it's great, right? And for the most
I
of his
wish
career,
we had another in the middle,
this
but
particular play, I think it was
we
actually
don't.
against Tampa. Ball comes down, hits him in the face, mask turns all over, and I'm like,
We should have ran back by after the first job.
So, I mean, it does happen, right? Yeah. But yeah, his teammates are not going to be pleased with the fact that, yes, they won, but it could have been easier if you just, hey, turn and run upfield first.
you know, when it's a former teammate like Bobby Wagner, is it so much taunting or just having fun?
It's going to be seen, like, he's not the only one on the sideline.
No, I know.
So, yeah, it may be fun for one, but taunting to everyone else.
This is how it goes, Tony. If that was the Lion doing that, there'd be taunting.
Of course.
If he wore the Lions uniform still digs, it would have been taunting.
Of course.
That's how it works.
It's like Des Bryant in the Dallas playoff game. He took off his helmet, nothing happened. Yeah. All right, it's time for news.
Well, classes aren't in session today at 2 Oak Park high schools following a shooting after a Friday night basketball game. Excuse me. Over the weekend, 4 students were arrested in connection with the shooting. 3 of the 4 students actually attend Southfield A&T High School, and the other is from Thurston High School in Redford.
Should have ran back by after the first job.
The 4 teens got into some sort of altercation with a student who goes to Nova Academy, and that student was shot multiple times. Thankfully, the student is currently in stable condition, but the district says that when schools resume on Tuesday, they will have grief counselors and crisis support teams on hand. Let's talk about this story. There's an Indiana man who is currently in police custody after he stabbed another man for touching his hair without permission. And this is a really, really strange encounter. Authorities say that the victim, a 32-year-old man, was walking towards a bar. This was on New Year's Day, and he saw another man, and he went up to this other man and asked, "Can I touch your hair?" And the man said, no, you cannot. So, either way, the victim ended up touching the man's hair anyway. Like, this is so bizarre. Who does that? Like,
I would never ask another man, can I touch your hair?
I was gonna say,
and I don't have hair.
Like, very, very odd. So the man touched the other guy's hair anyway, and that led to this verbal exchange. There's some words that were said, and the 2 guys went their separate ways, right? And then hours later, these 2 men saw each other in an alleyway, and they, like, bumped into each other. Well, it turns out it was more than just a bump, because the victim actually got stabbed in the abdomen, and it was all because he touched the guy's hair without asking.
What the heck?
What?
And how do they run into each other?
Like, what